Taylor Swift's private plane arrives at Toronto Airport ahead of sold-out event in Canada on Thursday. November 14th, Taylor Swift landed in Toronto to start off a six-show tour at the Rogers Centre at 9 a.m. on Thursday. The American pop star's Dassault Falcon 7X officially touched down at Toronto Airport to start off her new Canadian tour. Taylor Swift was also photographed leaving the airport to travel to her hotel ahead of her show on Thursday night. After days of anticipation, Canadian fans gathered to Toronto ahead of Taylor Swift's sold-out show at the Rogers Centre. Though it may look like a scenario of Swift taking over the city of Toronto, only portion of the hubbub can legitimately be considered as Taylor's version. This is close to the brand, but this is not about Taylor, said Bram Goldstein, organizer of the unofficial Swiftie event, Toronto's version Tailgate 24. This is about fans enjoying themselves at our bracelet exchange at our glam beauty bar that are not associated with anything to do with the Eras tour. Indeed, the Tailgate website avoids clear of discussing the tour or the singer by name, save for a legal disclaimer at the bottom of every page, which emphasizes that the firm has no association with Swift or her enterprises. Instead, fans are asked to pop by before the big concert and join a T-Swift dance party. They may engage in activities that have become synonymous with Swift's following, such knitting friendship bracelets and singing along to her songs. Other event aspects are more peripheral, such as a best friend's chapel, where besties may renew their friendship vows. Everything we wanted to do was about bringing people in to experience photo activations and entertainment and food and beverage that just kept people in a hangout space, Goldstein said. The event will take place from 1 to 11 p.m. on the days of Swift's performances, November 14th to 16th and 21st to 23rd. Goldstein said it's supposed to function as an indoor meeting space for ticket holders before the gigs, a waiting room for parents whose kids are at the concerts, and a center for Swifties who didn't acquire tickets. At the end of the day, this is a place where we can congregate together to share stories, create memories, create new friendships, sing along, he added. Other firms are becoming a little more overt. The Bisha Hotel introduced the Taylor Suite and the Red Floor earlier this year, echoing the artist in her 2012 album. And earlier this month, it inaugurated its Folklore Floor, named after her 2020 album. Photos of her hang on the walls, and her name is smeared on the hotel's social media sites. A representative for the hotel claimed Bisha has not collaborated with Swift, but like many other places, we have embraced the fandom around Swifties, said Lori Harrow in an email. There are also Taylor Swift-themed drag performances, a treasure hunt at the Royal Ontario Museum, a cover night at the El Macambo to raise money for a cat shelter, and quiz activities at local pubs. Daniel Tsai, a marketing professor at Toronto Metropolitan University with experience in intellectual property law, said it may be problematic. She's a very astute businesswoman, said Tsai of Swift, adding she possesses hundreds of trademarks tied to her name. She's made it very obvious that she is quite sensitive in how her picture is utilized and how her name is used. So, the assumption is that the great bulk of this economy of Taylor Swift is likely not real, he stated. Companies that have paid to utilize Swift's name include Rogers and RBC. In truth, the Toronto performances are actually dubbed Taylor Swift, the Eras Tour, presented by Rogers. Tsai said it makes natural that firms want to connect themselves with Swift, but some organizations attempt to do it without paying the expensive price linked to her brand. You see this happen all the time where people want to use that hanger-on effect to commercially exploit the trademarks without actually paying for it, he added. And so, there's a degree of it occurring here. This story from the Canadian Press was originally published on November 13th, 2024.